Balance. We all need it in our lives. We need it day to day to feel calm, to feel that we are connected with ourselves, with our family, with our life as a whole. So that's what we're going to focus on today. I'm going to show you some yoga balance exercises, as promised, that focus on balance and having that patience of balance. So come with me through this exercise today. I'm going to do my best to show you a nice flow in yoga, and I am not certified in yoga, but I thoroughly enjoy yoga. So if I do not say all the poses, just go through the flow with me, and I will do my best to answer any questions that you may post later. So we're going to come into plank, or for beginners you can start in what is called child's pose, which is where you drop your knees to the floor and drop your high knee back to the heels of your feet, and you're just going to relax and put your forehead to the ground with your arms extended out. So you can start in child's pose and stretch your hips out, stretch your arms out. You can do either one of those. So child's pose for a few minutes, or you can begin in plank. Just to kind of rock back and forth, get yourself flowing, and warm the body up. I have a little space heater actually because I'm down in the basement, so it's similar to a hot yoga for me, just to keep my body nice and warm so I'm more flexible. So I'm just rocking back and forth on my toes. And I'm actually going to bring my knees down to the floor, and I'm going to take you through some cat-cows. Okay, so right now I'm actually on all fours, and I'm already in the cat position. The cat just looks like this. You're on all fours. The cow position in yoga is when we hunch our back up into a stretch. So we're sucking our belly button back to our spine, and we're hunching our back. And then we're coming back into the cat. And we're going up. So we're just going to do a few of those. Give yourself about 12 to 15 of those. Okay, so we did some of those cat-cows just to warm our bodies up, and or we went back into our child's pose to stretch. To take the warm-up a little further, we're going to press our toes down into the down dog position. And remember, we want to try and relax our heels and drop our head down to the floor. So the longer you do yoga, the better you will be with getting those heels to the floor. So just press back into down dog and breathe. We're going to come forward into our plank and lower ourselves down into the push-up and come up. And I'm going to show you what up dog looks like. This is for beginners. My knees are touching the floor, and the tops of my toes are laid flat on my mat. So we are pushing our hips and opening our heart in this position. Our hips are being pushed into the mat, and our heart is being opened up, and we're keeping our head up. And for people who are further advanced, up dog would look like this, where their knees are not touching the floor, and the tops of their toes are what is holding them up, in addition to the arms and the hands up here to the front of the mat. So I'm just going to come down, and I'm going to press up in the beginner's pose. We're going to flip our toes over and bring it back once more into down dog, Remember to breathe through your nose and out your nose. Your breath will take you through this entire lesson. And again, we're going to come forward into plank, making sure you tuck your belly button, suck your belly button in to your spine. Come down, elbows into your ribs, and up into up dog. So you're going to take yourself through a few of these, and then we'll move on to the next exercise. Okay, so now that we're familiar with doing our cat-cows, we're going to balance the cat, as it's called, and I've shown you these ab exercises in another video of mine. So what we're going to do is we're going to work on some abs. We're on all fours. We're going to extend our right arm and our left leg. This is balancing the cat. So this right here in itself is a balancing pose, but we're going to take that pose further to work our core muscles. And what we're going to do is we're going to balance the cat and turn it into abs. So we're going to extend and then pull it in. Okay, and then we're going to move to the other side, left arm up, right leg out. Draw it in. Come back on all fours. Press it back into down dog. Move yourself forward into plank. And down into a press up, push up, into up dog. Flip your toes over. And here we're going to walk our hands back to meet our toes. Going to get our arms flowing so we can come into prayer pose. We can fold down. My hamstrings are still tight from Monday, so bear with me with flexibility in this video. And up again. You through is what's known as warrior. Anybody that's familiar with yoga is familiar with the 3 types or the 3 steps of warrior pose. So what we're going to do is we are going to lunge ourselves out. Your knees should not be over your toe. And we're going to draw our arms up overhead. making sure our biceps are aligned with our ears, and we're going to have the front of our foot, our toes reaching forward, and also the back leg, your toes are reaching forward. This is warrior one. Then we're going to turn our bodies and our arms become parallel, but this right foot, in my case, my toes are now on an angle. My arms are forward, and you should be looking forward. Your chest is drawn nice and high. Your belly button is still sucked in, and this is warrior two. If we want to come back into warrior one, we're going to move our toes forward into that lunge, and our hands come up overhead, biceps aside of the ear. From warrior one, I'm going to take you into warrior two. I'm going to take you into warrior three, which is a little more challenging. Warrior three, you're coming up into a one-legged stand essentially, but your arms are still aside of your head here, and the one leg is extended out back. Now, in order to keep your balance here, do not try and look around. Find a focal point to look at on the floor or slightly in front of your mat. And then we're going to come back down into warrior one. And the reason we keep our eyes focused on one particular thing is because if we look around or we lose our focus, we will also lose our balance. So come into warrior two. And we're breathing. We feel strong about ourselves. We feel balanced, most importantly. So you can take yourself through. You can bring your hands down to the floor now. Step it back into down dog to stretch out that leg. Come forward into plank. Lower yourself to the floor. Press into up dog. Remember, the tops of our toes are flat to the mat. Flipping our toes over. And now we're going to move on to our other leg. So for me, I'm going to step my right leg forward, coming into that lunge position, and I'm going to roll my back up into warrior one. So now my right leg is lunged forward, my toes are still pointing forward, and my hands are on either side of my head. Take it out into warrior two, and look forward. Turning up into warrior one, and we're going to tiptoe our back leg up for balance. And we are now in warrior three, which is also known as a capital T. down.